Guys, I bought this time machine in a second-hand shop in Balestier, and I was told that the uncle told me in the shop told me that when I open this box, I will get teleported to 1948 as a taxi driver. Let's go. Wow, I'm in 1948. Wait, where's my taxi? I don't see any cars here. Isn't it a Trishaw? Wait, I'm a Trishaw rider. I guess there were taxis back then in 1948. This is the Trishaw station, a place in Singapore that I commonly visit. Come with me as I tell you more about this place. Trishaw was replaced by the Trishaw in 1947 when the colonial government decided to ban it on humanitarian grounds. And so, because of this, a lot of us lost our livelihoods. So we decided, so we had to sell our rickshaws for scrap. We had to sell it here. And then we had to sell it for scrap, and then we had to buy new Trishaws and get our licenses renewed. And that was a big political aspect. At that time, many people were pushing these unions. The unionist leaders were actually pushing for independence from the British, greater rights for locals and all that. So they pushed for this kind of ideas like democracy and all. We were introduced with such ideas, and although we didn't know much about it, as members of the working class in Singapore, we felt that we also should be involved in such affairs, and that helped to get the people here really involved and had a sense of belonging and rootedness here. Although the unions did play a significant role in ensuring that workers got good working conditions, and they negotiated with employers to make sure that the rickshaw pullers, Trishaw riders, they weren't mistreated. At the same time, right, these unions actually didn't have much power because it was very small and it only had a few thousand members. And at the time, it only had very few members, and it only began to boom later on. And because of this, right, it wasn't able to have much power. And also, one hope I wish is that instead of all these smaller unions trying to smash up the individual employers, that all the different unions of the harbour board, all these different unions, they can actually come together and then they form a national union that can actually stand up to the employers, and then so that the employers will actually be pressured, and then these unions actually have some power. Yeah, so that's one of my hopes, and then also working conditions here will improve. This is Sago Street, right next to my house, located behind there in Sago Lake. Come. This is my shop house that I live in inside Sago Lane. In case you thought that I got the entire floor to myself, I have to share with 10 families. In this housing unit, we don't have any rooms and our toilets are not clean. Sometimes I wish that my family and I can stay in better housing units. Imagine having to stay in a house where there's 10 families living together. Not 10 people, but 10 families. The toilets are never clean, and we have a night soil collector coming every night to collect the human waste. By the end of the day, it's so smelly because all of the people in the 10 families have used the toilet, and it's also makes it very unhygienic and unsanitary. So I wish that I could get better housing for my family. For us, healthcare is a major problem. With the houses being so crowded and there being so few hospitals in Singapore, when someone gets sick or seriously ill, we don't have proper facilities to have them treated. To the post office savings bank building. This is where I deposited my earnings at the end of the day. However, I earn so little and I don't even have much savings because I have to send back most of the money that I earn to my family in China. And because of this, I don't even have any savings if I have a medical emergency. And that makes me very worried. How am I going to save up for my retirement? How am I going to save up for my future? I used to deposit my earnings from rickshaw rides and Trishaw rides daily. I would bring my money and wait in long queues here so that I can put my money into the bank account at the end of the day. I wish that transferring money to my bank account was easier. Instead of me having to collect earnings from my customers and storing it and then depositing it here, I wish that my customers were able to directly transfer it into my account easily instead of me having to manually deposit it. Oh, I'm so tired. I didn't know being a Trishaw rider was so difficult. Guys, it's time to try teleport back to 2025.